Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're playing F1 2020 My Career Mode, and as you can see we're in Canada, and yeah, we are about to go into the Canadian qualifying before the race. But first let's take a look at our upgrades. As you can see, we have an engine upgrade incoming in the next race. After this one we have a downforce two aerodynamics upgrades incoming for the next race. And yeah, that's the upgrades we have at the moment. Let's jump right into the qualifying session. If you're new to the channel, please leave a sub. It helps out a lot, and it helps me know that you like my content, and it helps you to know that you like my content. So please leave a subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you like the video, please leave a like and comment if there's something wrong with it, or something you like, or something you just want me to talk about in the future videos. But let's jump right into the qualifying. We're on the soft tires, there's 5 red lights, a rolling start, and we go over the finish line now. Going into the first corner now, braking very hard, going into 4th gear, 3rd gear now, going into 2nd gear, and going through here, watching the throttle a lot on the exit because we don't want that oversteer. The oversteer is killing the tires and killing my lap time. So going through sector 1 here, you can see I'm trying to hug it as close as possible, but not hitting the corners just as perfect as I want. So let's see where we are after this DRS zone. We're in P20 at the moment, but cutting on later to the lap we are into P21. That's not very good. That's not very good for qualifying, but braking very hard into this hairpin at the end. It's very important to get a very good exit out of this corner, because it's a very long straight, and yeah, it's important to get a very good exit out of that corner. But going down the straight now, going through the chicane, hitting it as hard as possible, trying not to hit the wall on the exit, the wall of champions, and going over the finish line. So let's see where we finish. Yeah, it's P22. Not that good, not that good. P22, I'm not happy with that, but let's see what we can do when we go later into the weekend. But as you can see, Valtteri Bottas on pole, and of course Lewis Hamilton on second. This is our strategy board. Yeah, I start very far back, so I want to do some alternative strategy. So as you can see, I jump into the strategy now to change it, and I change it to a 1-stop, a very hard 1-stop. It's 5 seconds slower than the 2-stop with the soft tires, but I want the position. I want the position in this race. So let's see, 5 red lights, and we're off. And let's see if we get off to a good start. No, it's a very bad start, but everyone else is on the softer tires. So let's see what we can do into turn 1. We go into 20th position, 19th position, going around the outside of my teammate, and maybe a racing point as well. And yes, we do. We go around the outside of the racing point, but he tries to down the inside of this second part of the first sector. But cutting on later to the lap, it's Kvyat in front and Grosjean behind me. And let's see what we can do going onto the straight, getting a very good exit and using our ERS system, the overtake button. And let's see if we can overtake Kvyat on straight. We go and on the outside, and let's see, we're still on the overtake button, and we brake as late as possible and just squeeze him out into the last corner, getting a bit of track limits exceeded, but that's okay. But let's see, next up is Ocon and Raikkonen. We catch up a lot in the braking zones at the moment, but let's see what we can do. Getting a bit of oversteer out of that second corner, but that's okay. Just we have to watch out for the tires as much as possible, because we, as I said in the start, we're on a 1-stop. So it's important to save tires, but overtake as well. But going on to the straight now, in the slipstream of Ocon, let's see, we actually go into lean mix now because we want to save fuel on the parts that we can. So now we go into rich mix. We get a bit of track extension, just slices a bit of the wall off. Going into the first corner, now we dive down the inside of Ocon, and that is P14 for us. Next up is Raikkonen and Gasly after that. So let's see what we can do. Watching the throttle on the exit here, on lap 3. Let's see what we can do. We have a lot of fuel, we have a lot of ERS, so let's see when we cut on later to the lap now. On lap 5, we are actually right behind Gasly now. So let's see what we can do. We have DRS now. We use as much of the track as possible. Going into race making now. DRS as well. And let's see how much we can catch up to him into the first corner. We catch up a lot. We actually only 3/10 behind Gasly. Actually, yeah, that's 3/10. So we catch up a lot. Maybe we can overtake him on the last lap. No, next lap. Going into the last chicane now on the next lap. No, lap 8. Let's see what we can do. DRS is open. His DRS is open as well, and there's loads of people in the pits. So let's see where we are. We're in P10 now at the moment. So, oh, and we almost tried to overtake Gasly. There's some very close racing at the moment, but let's see what we can do in the next few sectors. And Raikkonen is actually getting a bit ahead of winning a bit of time for me. But on the next lap, they dive into the pits, and I am starting to push. Now I have to push. There's free air. There's no one in front, and I just have to use my tires. And cutting on to lap 15 now, it's my turn to go into the pit. Albon just overtook me as well, but he has already pitted. So let's see what we can do. Going into the pits now, almost hits Albon into the into the pits, and brake just late enough to get the car slowed down before the pits. So let's see how fast of a pit stop we can get from my pit crew. That is something you can't upgrade. You can't upgrade the pit crew in this game, but at 1.8, that's flawless. That's epic. That's amazing. Let's see where we end up when we go into the pits. Maybe we can overtake our teammate, and yes, we overtake him just around the outside, and that is P18 for us. Let's see, a few laps later, a few people have pitted again, and we're into P16 now. There's only 14 laps left of the race, and we have Stroll right behind us, as there's a few more people in the pits. That's Giovinazzi, that's just Alfa Romeo, that's Ocon in the pits as well. But Giovinazzi gets out of the pit now. Can we overtake him? No, we can't, and he's on the fresher, softer tires, so we can't properly overtake him. So yeah, he just drives away, so there's nothing to do there. But I just have to defend from Stroll now as he tries to go around the outside of this corner, but I try to dive down the inside, but we just lose sight of him and try to get the better exit now. Let's see what we can do going on to the straight now. Can we overtake him? We open the overtake button and Rich Mix, but there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do there. He's just gone. And behind me is Ricciardo and Sainz, and they've caught up to me now. And as I lock up so hard there. I just hit the grass, and there's nothing to do. But yeah, Ricciardo overtakes me, but I go into the slipstream, but there's nothing to do. And next lap, actually, Sainz just dived down the inside. I try to hold it around the outside of this corner now, and I actually stay very close to him, but I go into the slipstream now and use all my overtake button. I'm into stay 9 mix, and Raikkonen comes out of nowhere trying to go around the outside of me, but we are still in P11 now, right behind Sainz. We go into Rich Mix again, not going into the overtake button because we actually have no ERS left. And cutting onto that 26 now, Raikkonen is right behind me, and he actually bumps into me, and we lose a lot of grip there, a lot of time, and he tries to overtake around the outside. He's actually side by side with me through this back straight, and let's see if he overtakes me, and yes, he actually does. He just overtakes me, and yeah, cutting on to lap 27 now. That's the next lap, and Norris and Ocon is right behind me. Actually, Norris tried to overtake me around the outside and tried to brake as late as possible into the corner, and he makes a switchback on me, but I just stay in front of him as I get a collision warning, and he tries to stick it around the inside of me there, but we go side by side down this last straight before the start finish line. Let's see what we can do. Ocon is overtaking me as well, Paris is overtaking me as well, everybody's flying away from me, and cutting on to lap 30 now. We right behind Grosjean, he's just overtaking me into the hairpin as well, but yeah, we lose the position as well, and Gasly behind me is trying to follow through, but I just fend him off. And let's see, going on to the straight now, Gasly is trying to overtake around the outside. I try to push him as wide as possible as I dive down the inside, trying to overtake him back, a bit of wheel banging, squeezing him out, and we overtook him there. Magnussen just caught up to us again, and he actually goes side by side with Gasly right behind me, and Gasly just wins out of him. no, Magnussen just overtake Gasly, so just as close as possible. And yeah, we in P15 now, as actually Magnussen tries to dive around the outside, and then we go side by side through the next corner, and I just fend him off. And we're still into P15 now, using our overtake button. We don't have enough fuel for the end of the lap, and he tries to dive down the inside. I just closed the door, and he spins around. There's nothing to do there. There's a racing incident. He wasn't alongside me. I don't think he was, but please don't hate. Cutting on to lap 34 now. Yeah, it's actually Hamilton has actually overtaken us by a lap, so this is the last lap of the race. Raikkonen is right behind me. Schumacher has caught up to me, and let's see what we can do now. On the final straight, he's actually in the DRS zone now. He's actually only a half a second behind me. Let's see. We use all our ERS overtake button. We have some rich mix left, but we just save a bit more if we need it on the final straight. Let's see when we go into the final chicane here, trying to go as fast as possible. We have no tire wear left on the tires, so let's see. We get a very bad exit, and Raikkonen tries to overtake us from the inside, and we go side by side over the finish line. Did we lose the position? No, we got it. We got the position. We got the position, and we are into P15 now. That was such a close race, an epic race. Our car isn't that strong on the downforce and weight and chassis, so amazing race there for us. It was where we should finish. Our teammate finished as well, so it was where we should finish, and that's pretty good. Hamilton won the race, so Bottas just threw it out of the just threw the win, probably like real life. Hamilton won. I'm in P15. Please leave us up for this race. It was amazing to drive it. It was amazing to record. Thank you very much for watching. The standings at the moment is P10 in the championship, so I'm very grateful for that. That's a very good position for us, but we have to catch up. We have to get some points, so I'm looking forward to try and get that in the future. Let's see. We have 2.5 million on our bank account, so we have to upgrade some stuff. We upgrade the fabrication process of the engine because we want to upgrade the engine more. We want a powerful engine. As you can see, I go in to look where it is, and actually our upgrade failed for next week, so that's not so good. But yeah, we have no resource point left, but we will fix that for the future races. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.